Okay, we're just starting this because there's so much. There's so much. I've been housed. I'm housed. That's the update. I've been housed since the day after Thanksgiving. I was sleeping on the couch for a week in a transitional shelter while they vetted me, while they did a background check, and then they approved me, and I got my own room. It was a room that had bed bugs in it, so I had to wait a few extra days. That's why it was a whole week for them to fumigate. So, beggars can't be choosers, and I pay for this place, but you're gonna want to listen to this whole thing. That's the hook. It might take me a while to get everything out, but you're gonna want to listen to this. I'm jazzed. You're gonna find out how much it costs, what my roommates are like. I don't want to say what it's called or where it is because it means the world to me to be there. I don't want to jeopardize my stay there, but I'm recording this after going to the post office. I parked in a Panda Express because you have curfew at this place. You can't drink, you can't do drugs obviously, but you can't even drink when you're not there. You have to sign in and sign out. So I feel like I'm stealing this moment to update you guys. This is long overdue. This is the postscript, the Ask Me Anything. I got a few questions. I got tons of questions throughout the run of the vlog. So I'll try to remember some of them in general and answer all the stuff. But shit, there's someone walking. This is like old times, man. So I'll calm down. I got the intro out. Cooks are walking into Panda Express. It's 9 in the morning. So what did I do? I went to the post office to send out a 100-page stack of papers that has rules and regulations of Social Security, my medical records, and a 20-page letter. I've sent it to Maryland to the Appeals Council, and I've gotten some weird comments about disabilities. So I guess in general, going forward on this channel, my disability and the ongoing legal process is just going to be between myself and my doctors and my lawyers. Sorry, and the government. I don't have a lawyer. I might get one soon, but between myself, my doctors, and the government. Yeah, there's really nothing I can say that's going to appease the haters. If you know, you know. One thing that I hear that doctors tell me is the people on disability don't deserve it, and the people that do have so much trouble getting it. So I'll leave it at that. But I mailed that, and that was I had this already before I was homeless, but I became homeless. It was just locked in my trunk. I didn't have the money. It just cost me $21 to mail it certified. $21. I didn't have $21 to spare, and I didn't have any time. I didn't have headspace to write the cover letter, to figure it all out. Yeah, man, I couldn't get crinkled papers or stains, and so it's done, man. I'm in a new chapter. I'm gonna hear back from them because they made a legal error, they made a numerical error that's critical to my case. So their decision's corrupted, so they have to reconsider it. Whether I get approved or not is another issue, but they must reopen the case, as it were. So that's that. So where do I live? I live in a transitional shelter. I did have 4 roommates. One of them burned off, went back to drugs. See, that's the thing. I don't know if I want to. That's why I gotta keep it secret where I'm at, because somebody started doing drugs again and they're gone. I won't give any more details about that person. So now we're down to, I have 3 other roommates. So it's a house of 4 guys. So there's a local shelter that I told you guys on the day after Thanksgiving that I was gonna go visit, and I thought it had 20 beds. It has 5 beds. It can hold 8, but right now everybody has their own room because it's a sketchy area. A lot of people are drug addicted. Those people end up at Salvation Army because you get kicked out every morning, and you have to come back at 4 and wait in line. So the place I live is it's not a transitional housing. It's a combination because it's designed for you to stay there up to 3 months. You can stay longer if you're well behaved and you pay rent. Well, they call it fees. That's the thing. It's not rent. It's program fees. So funny stuff. They force you to do Bible study, which I like because I'm a believer. I testify to Jesus Christ and His saving power. He died for our sins. That's what they taught me. I think that it's all about repentance. You have to repent. You have to be officially and sincerely sorry for your transgressions, and then you're saved. But what they're trying to teach me in this curriculum is that it's not even that. It's easier than that. You have to know that Christ, the man who lived and got crucified, is the Son of God. You just have to know and testify to that. So that's interesting. But they force you to do Bible study. We have to do fundraising mailers every month. So it's like you're paying the program fees and you also have to do free labor. So it's like, again, beggars can't be choosers. Like, fuck, I don't even know if I'm gonna release this video. This is embarrassing, because I don't want to be critical of this place. It saved me. And I'm getting along well with everybody, with the management, with my other roommates. Dude, I've been sleeping in a bed now for over a month. Like the first 2 weeks, I still had body pains. And I still, when I laid in that bed, I like sunk into it. Like my body was a rock, like as heavy as a rock. And now I'm taking it for granted. I like have a bed. I'm a guy who has a bed. So it's been a huge transition. Wow, okay. So we're at 6 minutes. If you're still with me, drop a comment. I don't know, man. People are asking, like, it was really hard. The videos were delayed by 30 days because of paranoia. And fear of hunters who had weapons and also hated me because I was a camper who was homeless, and they're there all the time. They catch my scent. They figured out what I was up to. And early on I was chatting. I was vlogging. So like, people hate vloggers in general, but guys with guns who needed to be quiet so they don't spook the deer, they hated me extra special. So my paranoia just became its own animal, and I had to delay about 30 days. So like, some of the comments were coming in, asking to donate so I could get out of the cold, and I just had to keep it secret that like I was sleeping on the couch when those came in, and then that I was pretty sure I was gonna pass my background check. Like I mean, a legal background check, absolutely. Like no arrests, no crimes, but like the soft background check, like, do they think I'm mentally stable enough? Do they understand I'm taking my medicine? Do they think I'll mesh with the house? Like, that was up in the air. But yeah, it's super dope. Okay, I still have my job. Like, I had my job for 43 days while I was homeless, and I was coming in half the time with dirty, greasy hair and smelling. Half the time. Because it was like $4.20 every shower, but the shower wasn't open before work during December because the store was open earlier. So like, the shower opened the minute I had to be at work. So I was like showering. Anyways, that doesn't add up because I wasn't homeless anymore. But for instance, it was hard to shower before work. I did it once. And my focus, I lost all you guys. If you're still here, smash thumbs up. If you like that I'm doing this raw on a day that I'm discombobulated and I feel like I owe it to you guys, I owe it to myself to check in, smash thumbs up. Share this. This is the Postscript. Where was I? I was focused on becoming permanent because I was seasonal, and the season ends at Christmas not officially, but it pretty much ends. Like, the hours go down, and then you get fired or released by the second week of January. So I had to bring it up to my boss. They said they were going to have a conversation with me, and they never did. So I brought it up, and I was like, if there's a spot, I want it. And he was like, you're my guy. You're going to stay. If you want to stay, you're going to stay. And I said something dumb like, well, I need the money. I mean, it was a bad day. They let me in late. Like, they're so particular about getting there on time, and then they were 15 minutes late to unlock the front door to let me in. So I was like sour. So it was like a really sour day to actually, I'm like very sensitive. So my mood had swung where I didn't want the job anymore. Just because of that, I didn't want it anymore. I like hated the place, but I had to like just stick to the plot and say I wanted the spot if it was open. So my hours for January are bad. It's like 8 hours a week. One of them's 10, but it's like generally 8 hours a week. 2 shifts of 4.5 hours. So that's bad. And my rent, my program fees are $400 a month. So January, I'm basically only paying rent with my work. But that apparently is normal retail fluctuations. And in February, I'll probably be up to like making $600, $750. But then by March, it's going to be back to me making $1,000 a month. And with my $400 rent program fees, like, that's good money for me. If you're this far, you get the big reveal, the real big reveal, like the turning point of this whole channel, is I think I'm gonna write a screenplay. It'll be my first one in 5 years. If you follow the shorts, you've probably seen that I've written 6 in my life. I wrote 6 over a 5-year period when I was completely dedicated to it. And I wanted to break into Hollywood. I went to college out there in LA. I've always been a movie fan, a lot of us have, but I always watched for structure. I read all the screenwriting books. I got very good reviews on my first script from the industry saying I was almost there, don't stop. And then I just kind of lost my mind, like my illness took over, so my writing deteriorated. I'm really highly medicated now. So on one side I worry that I won't be able to like think clearly, but it's creative work, so it doesn't require as much focus. It's like passive. It's just what comes from your subconscious. So I think I have a chance. And I think I'm gonna write this script and like give weekly updates on what I did that week. So I'll write Sunday through Friday. I'll record on Saturday, like a 20-minute video. I won't give away the plot. Like if you want to read the script after, it'll all be exciting and surprising, but you get a lot of background information like genre and like maybe some key turning points. I won't give away the ending, but I will tell you like that it's a happy ending, for instance. I guess that gives away the ending some, but that would be what this channel could be. Mukbangs do well, but they're not like super viral, and I just don't eat as much anymore. When I was homeless, I was eating like out of desperation to feel something, to fill time and to belong. But I don't eat quite as much. Yeah, my meds got raised. Like this is a really bad day to do the video, but it's also good because you see like I had a really productive day. I got a monkey off my back that's been hanging on for 7 years. And I knew the legal error that Social Security made like last July or August. And then I became homeless after the mental hospital. So it's been this separate monkey stacked on for like, I don't know, is that 6 months? And I'm on more dose of medicine because I was having some like real bad internal thoughts and internal issues that were leaking out in my behavior to like the owner of the shelter. I was like irritated and agitated speaking to him, which is like so off base. Like I should be eternally grateful to him. So that was fucked up. And then I told my provider and we raised my medicine. So I'm 2 days in on that. But I think I'm gonna write this script. So like if you like what you see in 30 Days Homeless, like it's gonna be me and it's gonna be me talking to the camera like this, but it's gonna be about a project, about doing something beautiful. I guess in a way, recording the homeless series was beautiful. AI says I was transmuting pain and suffering into an art project, which is true. But now the vlog's gonna be about an actual art project that I get to give you updates on. So that's gonna be pretty cool. But, so I was under a lot of pressure there to keep your interest and like keep this vlog going. We're at 13 minutes, but I do want to express like how much calmer I am. Like I was nervous about this vlog because it's like, what's it gonna be? Is it gonna live up to the epilogues when I was still homeless? And they were just awesome. I was like on fire. Epilogue 3 is crazy. I'm in those sunglasses and I like don't know that I'm about to find a place that evening. I can tell you the story. Yeah, so I ate chicken in a parking lot. I did mukbang C because I needed some food before I went and checked out the 2 shelters. It had been like in the 30s the night before Thanksgiving night, and I slept my ass off. I tried to sleep so hard even though my feet got numb, but I knew, I was like, man, I can keep doing this, but I'm gonna deteriorate. Like you get hypothermia doing that after a few days. But I knew my judgment was gonna deteriorate, my decision-making skills, my affect. So I was like, I have to do this now. And I was enlightened, and I'm proud and so glad, grateful that I knew I had to go to shelters that day. And I'm so lucky that I picked the local one, because in retrospect, they tell me that they give preference to people that actually show up in person. Like a lot of people's next of kin will go, but then they assume that that means you're like drug-addled, or you're irresponsible, or not sincere or desperate enough because you didn't show up for yourself. So me just showing up the day after Thanksgiving, like after I ate, pretty calm, forthright. Like you guys know I'm forthright and earnest. Also, you know that I'm well articulated, even when I'm jazzed and kind of like, I don't know. I can be two places at once. Like internally, I can be on another planet, but I can still articulate my thoughts. It's like God's gift to me. I'm a writer, I'm a writer. I've also done stand-up comedy. I've done a podcast. I'm a presenter. Like I'm well-versed in communicating. So I'm so lucky I got it. It was funny, like I was there and at first they were like, fill out the application and come back. And then they asked me some questions and I said the right things. And he's like, why don't you fill out the application here? And then while I'm filling it out, he like peeks over my shoulder and looks at some of my answers and he's like, you have a job? You know, it's $100 a week. I was like, yes, I have a job. That's why I need this shelter. I'm worried about losing it because I'm sleeping in the freezing ass cold and I'll deteriorate. And he's like, okay, I think I'm gonna have you meet the guy who actually decides, who lives across the street. I think I'm gonna have you meet the guy right now. And I didn't know it, but that's the exact funnel for people they approve, is they hang out with you for a little while and suss you out. And if you're like a good candidate, they have you meet that day. I knew it was a good sign, but I didn't know it was basically the beginning of the end, that I would get approved. And like I said, I had to sleep on the couch because of bed bugs. And that's crazy, man. Like you go from homeless and the best option you can do is $100 a week in a room that had bed bugs. And I've had to check for bed bugs like every 2 nights since I've been in there. So I think I was homeless for 43 days, and I actually think, I don't know the exact count, but it's about 43 days that I've been sleeping in a bed that used to have bed bugs. So I don't know, the chemicals are probably fucked because they like drenched the mattress in chemicals to kill them. I have white powder. The white powder is food grade. Like humans eat this white powder, but it apparently kills bed bugs. It's all over my floor. So, and people try to buy the house like it's listed, the shelter, but it's so broken down that everyone comes by and says they don't want it. So I'm a little bit on ice with whether the shelter will get sold. If it gets sold, that would be a crazy video. Like, guess what? I'm homeless again because my shelter got sold. But I love it so far. Like, yeah, you pay program fees, but you get a little bit of love back. Like they barbecued for us on New Year's Day. They buy some food like chips, some pizzas, some bread, like coffee's free. So that's dope. And then it's just like, it's so nice to have people. I can't reveal my prior roommate situation, but there was an age gap. And on my current one, it's like other people that struggle with homelessness and are in transition, putting their life together. We all work. A lot of us smoke, and we have a beautiful front porch where we can smoke and drink coffee and talk. So that's my favorite part of the house, is smoking on the porch, talking with these guys. It's all men. If you're a huge fan, you know that already. It's why I picked it to go there before Salvation Army, because Salvation Army is mixed, and I know that single men get like the short shrift. They're the least compelling demographic for institutions to help. So when it was men only, I was like, oh, okay. So I'm not going to be like disqualified or discounted because I'm a man. But yeah, so I have perspective, I have rest. What else? Yeah, I became permanent. My money's down, rent's tight, like, but I have some savings. Like I've been spending money like I'm still homeless, meaning I'm not spending money. I'm rolling my own cigarettes. Like I've bought like 4 packs now of like pre-rolled cigarettes, but like I'm about to get more. It'll be my 3rd bag of hand roll. I have all the filters and all the papers to last several more bags. I had to buy them bulk on Amazon. Oh, it's so nice to have an address. That's the thing. Oh yeah, that's the thing. That's why I couldn't send out my Social Security appeal, because I didn't have an address to get my shit back when they responded. It's so dumb. See, that's the things that like I forget. But I have an address. Like the shelter, it works. I got shit through Amazon. My family sent me a couple gifts for Christmas. The address works. the mail comes. So it built confidence that I can use that as my return address for my Social Security appeal. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll update you guys. Like, the haters are gonna hate. Like, I just won't get too much in the details. Because, like, mental illness it's an invisible illness. Well, it manifests publicly, like, but I'm on 6 medications, a lot of medications. I stay pretty bottled, and I can dissociate. Like, I'm well practiced since childhood. Like, when stress gets really high, I dissociate. So I kind of become mute and, like, aloof. Some people wouldn't really recognize that as, like, inner tumult and, like, sickness. People wouldn't recognize that. So, I don't know, let's do what I'm grateful for and what I'm looking forward to. So, I'm obviously grateful for the shelter. Obviously grateful that I just mailed that shit. I'm grateful, I'm off for the next 6 days. It's like, at first it was really depressing when I saw that I only work like 40 hours total in the whole month of January. I was like, shit, I just worked my ass off, going above and beyond, staying late, doing the worst grunt work, like saying yes sir, yes, and like being really proactive. I worked my ass off and then my hours suck. I was like, what kind of prize was I fighting for? I was fighting for like making less money than my rent. But the upside is I'm off for 6 days. So I was like, yeah, I was gonna do this video during the 6-day stretch, but today it just felt right. Because you have to sign in and sign out. So I signed out that I'm going to the post office. They knew I was going like far away, because the post office in the town I live in is so ghetto. It always has a line of 50 people, and they like don't have any of the supplies for certified mail. And the reviews on Google were like, this shit loses your mail. They send it back to you. So I went to when I was housed, I communicated with Social Security through a post office. So I went to that post office. It was like, took me 45 minutes to get there. So anyways, the shelter knows that I'm like gonna be gone for a while, so I just added another chore. They don't know I have a vlog. They did ask me if I wanted to participate in a brand new vlog series that they're gonna start, which if that happens, we'll link up the 2 channels. That would be so ironic. So, but let's think of something else surprising that I'm grateful for. My clothes are clean. Like, when I used to do these videos, my clothes weren't clean. I had worn them a ton of times, but I'm in like pants, my off-duty pants, my 1 pair of pants that aren't for work, clean underwear. I haven't showered in like a couple days, but like, dude, sometimes I shower like 3 days in a row. So I'm like, my hair's even unshowered. I'm like actually way cleaner than when you're homeless, because you're outside all day camping. Like, you get dirt and grime in your hair. You can't wash your hands after you cook, so you get fucking grease in your hair, I'm sure. Like, okay, I'm grateful for frozen pizzas. Like, baking a frozen pizza, like, I still struggle with cooking for myself. So what I've been doing after work, if I don't go to like Chick-fil-A or Chipotle, which is expensive. So like, what I've figured out is like, it gives me some juice, some mental psychological juice to like head straight home and hit preheat on the oven. So I've lost weight, actually, thank God. I'm like 230 now instead of 238, because my job's physical, and the December season was a lot of hours and a lot of heavy work. I was doing a lot of beverage. I carry shit up a ladder. That's the thing to the haters. Like, at 4 a.m. I'm on a ladder trying to save the country. I'm stocking stuff. I'm stocking water for people, and I'm backstocking it. You have to like put cases of water that weigh like 25 pounds up a 20-foot ladder. So anyways, yeah, people don't understand disability. Like, you can work 20 hours a week and be disabled legally, and I don't want to talk about it. Makes me angry. It's between myself, my doctors, and the government, and eventually a lawyer. If the government responds, well, I think regardless, I'm gonna have to get a lawyer, because I've done this for like, A lawyer would have caught the error like 7 years ago if I had a lawyer, but I'm too fucked up in the head to think I needed a lawyer. And then I finally figured out the error on my own, and now I need a lawyer to represent the error. But my confidence is too high, and I'm too like full of myself that I feel like I don't need a lawyer to communicate. I'm a writer, so I feel like, and I get manic, so I feel like I can communicate at a high intensity, which is what I did. I had it all written from last summer. I just need a return address and a clean desk to make a new copy and mail it out to the appeals. It's called the Appeals Council. I'm grateful for my friends at the shelter, the other gentlemen who have gone through very similar stuff and fight inner demons, outer demons. I'm very grateful for them. I don't want to leave you guys. Like, I just want to talk. I want to run it out. I'm smoking with the windows up. Feels like old times. So it's January. It's the end of the first week of January. I'll say that much. I don't want to say like exactly the time, but it's like, shit, I might post this like Thursday. Thursday's a good night to post shit. Friday. I might hold it till Tuesday, because that's when my writing series is going to come out. I'm going to record them on Saturday and post them on the next Tuesday. I think I'll do that for 20 weeks. Because like actually writing the script, like once you've outlined it, would take 12 weeks minimum, 3 months minimum. But there's an outlining, which is like 4 weeks. So now we're at 16, and there's like rewriting and editing, which is easily 4 weeks. So that's 20. Oh, well, I have 98 subscribers. So thank you, every single one of you. Every single one of you. Thank you so much. 2 more you are about to join, so we'll have 100. I'm looking for 101, because then it's like, you've crossed 100. So that's the thing. I feel really encouraged. Like, I have 100 people listening to me that I'm gonna now change. My life is getting structured, and I have some mental and emotional bandwidth to share my gift with the world, which is writing stories. It's like I struggle so much to write actual stuff, or to concentrate, or do paperwork. But if it's creative and I'm telling a story, and it's like, I don't even know why the story matters, but the story's cool, and the story's compelling, and the story has heartbreak, the story has intrigue and deception and violence. And then after the story is formed, I'm like, oh, that's what I was trying to express. So it's my gift, it's my curse. Like, it's what I have to do to transmute, again, a word that AI taught me, transmute my suffering and pain into something beautiful. So thank you to all my subscribers. It gives me confidence to move on to my next project, to write again after 5 years, and share the process with you. And it's gonna actually keep me on task to write, but it's also gives me the heading. Like, talking to you guys got me out of homelessness. It kept me from going insane. Literally, it kept me from going insane. I was borderline the whole way, but it got me out of homelessness. It got me permanent at my seasonal job. It got me through the season and did well enough to get brought back on, which very few people did, so that's cool. And now talking to you guys is going to help me write my first script in 5 years, and it's going to be my best script ever, because I've had a 5-year break. I've done other art forms. I've started in trash novels. I've written like a rough draft of a memoir just about my illness, because again, that's like a perfect example. Is like, people don't know how to interpret me because I'm fairly articulate, and they're used to like thinking of mental illness as people that scream. I mean, I've screamed before, but like, again, I'm medicated. But yeah, that memoir means a lot to me. Someday, it's super rough, and like only like less than half of it's like good enough to make the final cut. So I don't really know what it would be. It'd be like a pamphlet, or like a 80-page memoir, 90-page memoir. It like could be 275 pages. That's how much I wrote, but it's really rough, and I want it to be beautiful. There are parts that are so beautiful, but like, anyways, I've been doing other art forms, novella writing, memoir writing, and stand-up comedy for 5 years, and now I'm ready to get back to the art form that I actually believe that God gave me a gift for. and I don't have any expectations. My only expectation is going to be the best script I ever wrote, and people are going to enjoy reading it. Like, you could read it. That's the thing. The 100 people that have listened to me might want to read it, and that's 98 more readers than I got on my first 6 scripts. So this is cool. What we've built together is cool. You guys saw me homeless. You saw me at one of my lows of my lows, and you kept me on the ball, moving forward. And now you get to see me pursue something beautiful from a fairly stable place. Like, the shelter could get sold. I won't get kicked out. I'm not going to drink. That's the only risk. Marijuana would obviously be illegal and an immediate expulsion, 0 tolerance. But I haven't smoked marijuana in like 6 months now. 3 to 6 months. I don't know exactly where, but like daily. 6 months. And that was just vaping, so it wasn't even like that satisfying or addictive. It's been like 2 years since I smoked daily. So it's not really, that's an old crime against myself. That's what the Bible study has helped me realize. Yes, that's interesting. It was worth talking for 30 minutes here, because this is like real juicy, which is the Bible study got me reflecting on what sins I haven't atoned for, and I realized the biggest one very well. I'm still wrestling with it, but the biggest one could be that thinking I need to smoke weed to be creative and write screenplays could have been kneecapping myself, because my scripts became like incoherent, and like a lot of that's just my mental decline, my psychological decline. But what if the creativity from weed also caused confusion? Because when, like a stoner, I'm not a typical stoner. I actually can speak and think very clearly when I'm stoned. It helps me, it abates my symptoms. But when you look at like a big work of fiction, they're like subtle things become major, like character inconsistency or plot holes over a 2-hour experience. So I think caffeine and nicotine are the drugs of choice. And that's it. The Bible study helped me think, well, the word I used is betray. Like, I haven't betrayed anyone lately. That's the biggest sin. It's the 9th circle of hell, is betrayal. But I think I've betrayed myself, thinking I needed weed to be creative, not to survive. Although I have thought that. When I'm in a severe mood swing and psychotic, I think I need weed just to slow me down so I don't destroy myself or others. But the real root of it, the one that's more persistent and regular, was thinking back when I wrote that I needed weed to write. And that's probably why I've been able to get off weed, is I just haven't been writing. So all of it's coming together to circle back. This is the postscript. I'm housed. I've been housed now for as long as I've been homeless. Life is really good. Everything's still tentative. I'm not working much. That's gonna change as retail sales pick up. So I have this little window of opportunity to outline and start a script and share the process with you guys, which I think I'm gonna do. I'm still last spot on the left. I was homeless for 43 days, not 30, and I'm about to write a screenplay. How cool is that? So, alas, I think that's the end of the video. No, I'm gonna smoke another cigarette. Maybe we'll chop this up into 2 parts. I got my Chick-fil-A coffee. I actually bought it at a different Chick-fil-A that was near the post office, but there's a Chick-fil-A around the corner from me. Shit, I'm doxing myself. It's just too fun. I'm glad. I think I will. I think I'll write that screenplay just so I can talk to you guys, because talking to you guys, I talk way too much when I go to my doctor's appointments, and no matter who the doctor is, whether it's case management, a prescriber, I treat it like therapy. I just start talking compulsively. All this unloading stuff. Like, you can't really complain at the shelter. You can't fight at the shelter. You can't confront people. At work, I can't confront people for being lazy. I can't confront people for dogging hard work or like disrespecting customers. I just have to stay bottled. So I've been using every doctor's appointment as therapy, and like, this is what I should do. I should talk to you guys. And then also, of course, the script itself is therapy. it's transmuting all my internal confusion. That's why I'm a writer. See, people think writing means you like have it all figured out and you're sharp, but I am so confused all the time. I have these immense feelings that I have to divulge in the form of narrative because I can't actually divulge them in English. I've tried in this series, and I guess I do a pretty good job of it, but it's all over the place. But when you write fiction, you can distill it into characters with goals that meet obstacles. And then there's relationships, there's like a cast composition, there's a structure to all relationships in the movie, there's arcs to the characters, there's an arc to the plot itself, there's resolution. Yeah, so I guess if you're with me this long, I'll give you a little hint at what the movie's about. I've written like 6 tragedies, ironic tragedies that were redeeming for the protagonist, but they generally died by their own device. Not suicide, but like the clock met up with them and they either ended up in prison or dead on camera. But ironically, that death was redeeming. It made them famous, it absolved them of their sins. So I was really telling the story of Christ through like stories that had nothing to do with religion. What I'm about to write is a caper, like a lighthearted, heartfelt caper about a group of employees, and more to come. But it's not a tragedy. It's going to have an uplifting, heartfelt Hollywood ending, like a storybook ending. So I think AI is telling me that's like a major change in my writing journey, where I don't feel like I have to write a painful story to deal with a painful life. Like I can finally get a glimpse of a happy ending. And that's really cool. And I think that's going to carry me through the process. And then fingers crossed, you never know, but like this might be the movie. It's going to be so different. My process is going to be different. Sharing with you guys is going to make the process different. See, it doesn't end in tragedy. It ends on an up note, a very obvious and clear and grounded up note. So, like the bad guys, it's the bad guys that end up in prison. It's the bad guys that die. I don't think anyone dies. It's too good of a movie. It's too wholesome of a movie. No one dies. But the good guys get everything they deserve. Oh yeah, that's it. My first 6 movies, see, I was manifesting what I was going through. All my protagonists were anti-heroes. My best received script was my first one, and that's where I was the protagonist and he wasn't an anti-hero. So I think I want to do that for my 7th script. Channel myself into the protagonist, and he's just a hero and he's not an anti-hero. And it has a happy ending, which the first script did too. So there you go. Like that's an unearthing of a secret that I didn't think so clearly about until now, which is like maybe the reason my reviews on my script 2 through 6 weren't as strong is because I was doing a very challenging thing, which is anti-heroes that get ironically redeemed in a tragic ending, which is like I call it the Ferrari of storytelling. It's the Passion of the Christ. Like it's very hard to tell those stories coherently, especially if you're schizoaffective, because everything has meaning, and like you put so much meaning into the script, even in like small word choices, and then like the reader just skims, so they have no idea the intricacies, and you don't get credit for that. So I'm gonna write more like, not superficial, but one where like if you just read the dialogue and you didn't read any action or description, you would know exactly what's happening. So that's that. I gotta piss, which is like also just like old times. I'm gonna pull around to the store next to here and piss, and this has been good. Like I got everything off my chest. That's the thing. I start really fast and like dumping information, and then I just ramble, and I'm definitely caffeinated, just like old times. I gotta get back to the shelter. They're gonna wonder what I was doing. I love you guys. Thank you to my 98. Thank you for the next 2 or 3 that are gonna bring me to 101. Keep watching, share, just subscribe, because the content's going to get more interesting. I'm more stable. I probably won't rant like caffeinated and chain smoke in future videos. So stay tuned. I mean, comment. Everyone's been commenting. I have like 300 comments. Smash like, hit subscribe, and if you want to donate, just comment and ask how. Like, I think money is tight, but I work hard and my budget is really simple. And if you just want to donate, I think it would be like long term, just to help me move to a more interesting place. Maybe, I don't really think I need money, but if you want to support my art, just ask in the comments how to donate. All right, peace out. Love you guys. I'm last spot on the left. See you in the next one.